Okay, recording in progress. I have my crown on today because we're going to be talking about castles. I did this on kit, but my ability to handle OBS is very limited. So, um, so sometimes the audio of the videos was covering up what Paul and I were trying to say, and he's not in here right now, so he's not going to be giving his input unless he walks in, and you know how things go. Anyway, hi, I'm Donita from prairie-trail.com. I have a magazine, prairie-trail.com magazine, Prairie-Trail magazine. Covers homesteading and sustainable living from a biblical perspective. I also have some books. You can look me up on Amazon, Donita Fugelman. And we have an uncensored community where we discuss and share things. And if you're feeling isolated, if you're in getting into the tin hat stuff and you don't have very many people to talk to, consider joining the community. The community is free. We also have a paid membership, but where you'll get like documentation and stuff from some of the videos that I do, and prepping workshop is in there too. Yeah, so if you feel a need to get prepped, then which yeah is a good idea. So anyway, I've got some freebies on that, and then I've got some stuff that you can help me keep the lights on if you want to. So anyway, we're going to talk about castles and stuff today. I'm moving through Oklahoma. So if you missed the panhandle of Oklahoma video, I did No Man's Land, Cimarron Territory, and I kind of did I kind of just introduced some of that stuff. I'm going to go back through and talk some more, but today I'm going to be talking about a castle in Oklahoma. And but we're going to start with hopefully everything. And I've got the dryers going in the background, so we got clunking going on. Somebody's going to be hopefully doing the dishes here in a minute. So there is background noise. I don't know how much of that you're getting, but it's happening. Okay. So Paul took this video in around the early 80s. Okay. Him and his family went to the Grand Canyon and in Colorado, and he found something very interesting. And I don't know if it's still there. I've never been to the Grand Canyon, so this might still be here. But he said he thought it was very interesting at the time. And he still happened to have the video from then. He's got the P900 camera, but he's always had some kind of a camera and video equipment. So he's always enjoyed this kind of stuff. So very interesting. He said he didn't know these people. They were just people that were walking around, other tourists or whatever that was happening. But it's coming to it just a minute. He's going to get over here. Come on, Paul. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. It's not a very long video. It's only a few minutes, so he'll get there. Da-da-da. So if you've been to the Grand Canyon and you have seen this, let me know and let me know what you thought of it. And if there was he'll go in on it again here in a minute. But did you what did you think of it? Is it still there? If you've been there recently, have you seen this? Do you remember what the story is? Here it is. It's behind some trees. He kind of, as he's walking by. Ah, boy, it's hard to stop at a good spot. But it's got the what do you call those? I'm wanting to say precipice, but I don't think that's the right word for it. These pieces of cat, but it definitely looks like a castle tower on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Just very interesting. And like I said, this is like 1980-ish whenever they went, and he thought it was very interesting at the time. And the video is 1980s home video quality, but and you can tell he's just kind of walking around, but he's thinking that that is pretty interesting. And then they got some of the on the outside in the area. So just some interesting video from before. I think he's got some probably melted building shots here, I would think. So yeah, kind of interesting. And there he is. He came in the house. He's been taking the trash out. So anyway, here's some around the Grand Canyon type stuff. Some video. It would be interesting to go to the same area and compare a newer video, and see how much things have changed. Probably not something I'll be doing very, very soon. Whoa! We're not. Anyway, so there was that kind of an interesting little bit that he had. I was showing your Grand Canyon thing.
Oh,
I need to find. I think this is the one that I need. Okay. Come on. Zoom, move out of my way. Okay. So whenever I was on Kick, I was looking up Woods County, and hopefully I can make this a little bit more concise because I was having issues getting around. If you look up Woods County, Oklahoma, you get this little image of this historic central bank in Alva, Oklahoma. Okay, this is where Woods County is. It's where Oklahoma is, if you don't know, kind of in the middle of the United States. It's shaped like a pan, so that's why this is called Panhandle. But the only image that you get on the whole Wikipedia page for the county is this bank. Okay, which is interesting. Don't get me wrong. Historic bank's probably interesting inside too. And then you go to Oklahoma Historical Society, and we come up with this, the courthouse. So the courthouse isn't on here. And I think I looked up, let's see, County, Oklahoma courthouse. And if I remember right, you just come up with that bank whenever you do that. Now, this one did come up with the courthouse. There is a painting of the courthouse. So there are some of the old courthouse. Okay. So there are some interesting. But the Wikipedia page gives you a bank. So this gives you this image. And it's going to give you some history of the people and stuff. And then if you go to Alva, Oklahoma, which is the county seat of Woods County, then you go down here and you get this. I'm like, okay, interesting. And what happened was somebody posted a image of this building on Facebook, and it popped up. And this is an amazing building. There are a whole bunch of people out here. And the story with the building, I'll read it to you. Here's Northwestern Oklahoma State University, and they have this castle, a picture of this castle in the front. Okay, and then you have these buildings here. There's the castle in the background there. And then you have these buildings on the campus that actually have some of the, and the story, let's see. Let me find the story. Oh, it's in the community. I'll have to pull up the community. I'm going to go through some of the images while I read you the story. So there's the courthouse. Not this. And then I need to pull this up. Here it is. Okay. In the late, let me get to that. All right. And this is Tartaria buried history. Caught a glimpse of it. Okay, here's this is a different angle than what Wikipedia's got. So you get this angle of it. And if you look at some of these features over here, some of the buildings that are there now look there's the courthouse again. Here's that image. Here's another image with just a few. So I'm going to just leave this one up here while I read this information that was posted on Facebook. In the late 1800s, the businessmen and citizens of Alva could not see the rationale in sending their young people to Edmond, the only normal institute in the general area. And normal institutes, let me look that up real quick. Normal school definition. Let's see. Okay, normal school. A normal school or normal college is an institute created to train teachers by educating them in the norms of pedagogy, most commonly understood as the approach to teaching is the theory and practice of learning and how this process influences and is influenced by the social, political, and psychological development of learners and curriculum. Many such schools have since been called teacher training colleges or teacher colleges. Let's see. It was kind of if you start looking, let's see. Yeah, they've got them all through the world, what they consider these normal schools. So, let's see, the etymology was to provide a model school. It's from the French in the 17th century, a model school with model classrooms to teach model teaching practices to its student teachers. The children being taught, their teachers, and the teacher, blah, 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 blah. Although a laboratory school, it was official school for children, primary and secondary. Alternative, the name derives from the objective of the institution to teach and practice norms of that word. Okay, so they're all over Europe, Siberia, Spain, United Kingdom, China, Indonesia, Japan. So this is a worldwide technique of teaching teachers, basically, in the liberal arts university, what became, I guess, liberal arts universities. So anyway, just so you understand that a normal school has more meaning than it just being what we might think of as a normal school. Normal institute for schooling, so they began a crusade for the establishment of an institution of higher education in the northwest part of Oklahoma Territory. In September 1897, the Northwestern Territorial Normal School opened with an enrollment of 58 students. Classes were held in the Congregational Church, which is another one that's interesting to look up, and later the Baptist Church. As attendance and faculty increased, there was a need for a permanent home for the normal school. The castle on the hill was then built and was dedicated in 1898. 1 year later, with 58 students, it grew so much. And you have to understand, Oklahoma became a state in 1907. So Oklahoma is not even a state yet. Oklahoma is not even a state yet. And strip, let's see. And the Cherokee Strip land run was in 1893. So this is 4 to 5 years later. 4 years after the Cherokee Strip land run, there were 58 students. 5 years, just 1 year later, there were enough students that they needed to, in 1 year, build this castle out here in the boonies. The cost was set originally at $86,018. Exactly. I'm surprised they didn't have cents there, but was increased to $110,000 before the project was completed. It was said to be one of the largest and most beautiful normal school buildings west of the Mississippi. The castle burned March 1st, 1935. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pull this up. All right. I stop share. And then let's share. Let's see. Okay. Share. Okay. Here is Google's idea of normal school buildings. And Alva's comes up first. Okie Legacy. Okay. Normal school buildings. Oh, look at that one. Wow. Oh, wow. That must have been after the fire. Let's see. Open image in a new tab. I'm going to have to keep that one. Save image as. Yeah, I've got to. Let's see. Yeah, 1935. So that's when it burned. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it must have been showing that. So we go from this. Let's see, I can't. This is a Methodist church in Alva. There's that bank. Here's the kind of downtown. I need to go boots on the ground and do some. Here's the castle after it burnt. I mean, they say the castle burnt down, but I'll get to that image here in a minute. So here's Northwest Oklahoma University. They've got trees around it where you can hardly get to it now. Can't remember what that is. Oh, Sunny View campus. So that's a part of the campus saying, I've got to get over there. So what I'm assuming, and the people that were on the Kick live stream with me is that Okay, I put that in there. Where'd it go? Is that the campus today is just parts of the building that when it burned down, they it didn't all burn down. Okay, and which is obvious here, right? That it didn't all burn down. There definitely some damage here. And here's that piece that we were seeing. Okay, so this was a whole like facility here. There's a whole town built out on this. This is supposedly 1935. And when they rebuilt, they didn't just start from scratch, tear the rest of it down and start from scratch. They left a lot of it here. So, yeah, interesting. Every time I pull this stuff up, I find something new, right? So, anyway, that's an Oklahoma castle. And I will try to get some boots on the ground once things start warming up. I'm a wimp and don't like to be out in the cold. And then I'm a wimp too in the summertime whenever it's over 100 degrees. So I will try in the spring to dodge some tornadoes and get out and get some boots on the ground with some of this. I did go to college here. I, you know, in 1990. So for a little bit. Um, you know, but I wasn't looking for this stuff. I mean, look at the underground here. I mean, that's if I can snicker someone into letting me see some more, see some more older photos and stuff, but you can definitely see some underground stuff here. And then, quite built out for 1935. So anyway, castle in Oklahoma, cowboy territory that was built before Oklahoma was a state and only 5 years after the land run and people coming out to settle. 58 students. Yeah. Is that not interesting? So, anyway, you guys let me know what you think of this. I am going to get into more. Oklahoma's got some interesting buildings. So, I'm going to kind of stay in Oklahoma. I'm going to see if Okie Dokie Explorers will do some of this with me. Get the grandbaby out and do some boots on the ground with some of this because it's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So anyway, I'm going to take my crown and see if I can do some Sabbath prep cleaning around the house. It kind of, I'm cutting things out, haven't put up groceries, need to get some things done, right? So anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. I'm, mhm, mhm. Remember, you can make it through the dust storms of life with God's divine help.